What's good, guys? Today we're going to be solving top K frequent elements. This is actually the second time I'm solving this question, just because the first time I was kind of I feel like I knew the solution, I just didn't really know how to code it out. So kind of just getting in the reps now, so I get used to coding more in Python. Let's go ahead and try to solve it. So we're given an integer array called nums and an integer k, and we have to return the k most frequent elements within that array. The test cases are generated such that the answer is always unique. You may return the output in any order. So if we give k equals 2, we want to return both 3 and 2 because 2 and 3 are the kth most elements that show up, right? So if we were given 1, right? If k would equal to 1, we'd actually just return 3, right? Because that's the most frequent element. Now that we know that, let's go ahead and try to solve this question. To solve this question, we first have to count the amount of occurrences per number. So we can see that 3 occurred 3 times, 2 occurred 2 times, and 1 occurred once. Right? That's the first part of the problem. So we should count times a number has shown up. All right. Secondly, we should make kind of like a way to see how frequently that number has shown up. So this would work. But there's actually another way we could do this. We could make a bucket, right? So we could have a bucket, which would have each element. So there we would make we could do this by doing a key. Our key could be the amount of times a number has shown up, and the value could be the number itself that showed up that amount of times, right? So we know that we should make a bucket of size nums, right? Because at max, there could be nums, right? For example, let's see, there's one, two, three, four, five, six. There's six numbers in nums, right? But we're trying to look for at max there could be six unique numbers to nums. So we know that the bucket of size nums would work for all of those. So we could do that. And then now we should go through that bucket from largest from most seen, and just fill it up. We fill up our answers with our result until it becomes size K, because we want it to be K. So as soon as our output is the size of K, and then we could go ahead and return it, right? You can see that 3 and 2, K is 2, so we want to return 2. So our output should be size 2. And we could see for right here, K is equal to 1. So our output should be size 1, right? That's where this comes in right here. So now that we kind of just wrote everything out, let's try to get into the code and start coding this out. So we have to first count how many times a number has shown up. We could do this by doing a dictionary, actually. Let's do it. Let's make a counter or letter counter is equal to a dictionary. It's called default dictionary. And we know that it's going to be an integer, and this is pretty good. Now let's go through each number inside this nums array and put it inside our dictionary. And we could do this by doing for numbers, for each number in nums, we could say um, letter counter at this number plus equals 1. For example, what this will do is that if we see the letter, or not the letter, or letter, we could call it number counter. No, number, sure. Right. So for example, if we see the number one, we're going to put number counter. The key is going to be one. Here, let me try to put this as an example. So the key would be one, and the value would also, it would initially start as zero, but because we're doing plus equals one, it becomes one. And let's see, number two, let's see, if we go through two, key will equal to two, and the value will equal to one. But you see how two comes up again? So we'll actually just increment this value by one again, right? And this would equal two. And we would do this all the way. For example, if we do this one right here, we do key is equal to three, and value would be one plus one, and which would just equal to three, right? So in the end, we'll take this out and say value is equal to three, and we just take this out, right? So this is what we're gonna have in the end. Okay, so with that, we have number counter is filled. So now we could say number counter is now filled. We have the count of how often each letter comes or shows up. Now we have to create the bucket for each element. So we could do that, and we know it's going to be size n. So let's go ahead and create that. So key would be the amount of numbers, the amount of times that has shown up. The value would be the number itself. So for example, that would look like key would be something like, let's say 3. And if we have something of value like 2, that means the number 2 showed up 3 times, right? Okay, let me try to explain this. So this means that value 2 has has appeared 3 times in our array. Array is named nums, but you guys could kind of tell from that right here. That's the array. And let's go ahead and write this code out. So we have to make a bucket for each element. So let's just say for okay. A bucket for each element. We could do this by doing, well, the bucket should be empty. So I would say for index in range, the size of nums, length of the size of nums. So we have to make a dictionary. Let's see. What would be the syntax for this? We have to create an element. Hmm. Well, the key would be filled with, okay, so the key would be from range 0 to length of nums. The value initially will be, okay, the value will be a list. Okay, so we could do this by doing, okay. Hmm, some syntax I have to know. This is what I've been trying to practice actually. So let's go. I don't want to look it up. I want to try to see if I memorize this syntax. So our key value would be, I would say, bucket dictionary is equal to, our dictionary will be index, no, occurrences, right? Because it occurred this amount of times, or for it doesn't really matter what it is. Occurrences for in range length of length of nums. Okay. So it'd run occurrences would be in range of length. Bucket dictionary would be, let's see. We want to make it like length nums. Let's do that like 10 times for, let's do it once. Hmm. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. To range. I mean, I don't want to count zero occurrences from range one to length of nums, and the value will be an empty set, an empty list. Is this the right syntax? Let's go ahead and find out. Very close keys. So I, hmm. This creates separate empty lists for each key, which is what you want. That would that would make all keys share the same list, which will cause, okay, yeah, we do want to make a separate empty list for each key, right? So the syntax is using I, nothing. So put an empty list for each index in range. Okay, so the syntax is wrong. So create something empty for each occurrence in range length plus that. In range, we start from one. We don't really have to count the zero ones. In length, because it's we don't count the last index, we actually want to just add one. And this should be correct. Let's see, let's go check again. Yep, looks about right. And okay, so now we made our bucket dictionary. Okay. And now we should know that wait, we know that we should make a bucket of size nums. Okay, check. We should go through the bucket from most seen. Okay, first of all, we got to connect these two, right? So we got to fill up our bucket. Now we should fill up our bucket with number counter. For example, we see that value 3, the key is 3. Okay, hold on. Number counter. Okay. So cubes 1, 3 showed up 3 times. So we want to do 3. Okay. So for each key, comma value in number counter, we want to kind of insert it in here. So we say bucket dictionary. Bucket dictionary at this value. Actually, let's say this is supposed to be key. The key was supposed to be the number. So each number, number occurrence. So for the bucket, we want to say number occur, and we just want to append it. We want to append the number, right? So for example, bucket. So this is an example. So what this means is that bucket dictionary, let's say four, right? And the value it outputs three. That means the number three was seen four times inside the list nums. Here, let me write that down. This means that the number three was seen three times, well, was seen four times in nums. All right, you guys get that part? Because three was seen four times, so it's kind of just kind of a reversal of what this is, right? And now we should go through the bucket to see the most. We should go through the bucket from the most often seen and fill up until our bucket becomes size K, or until our result. So let's go ahead and declare result. Say that is equal to nothing. Empty for now, right? We want to add to it. We want to append to it until it's size 2, right? So we could say while result is less than K, we keep on appending to it, right? Okay, let's see. So we do, now we go through the bucket dictionary, and we could say this by saying for index, wait, for answer in, no, for value in bucket dictionary dot values, right? We kind of, well, we want to go through it backwards, right? Okay, let's go. This this implies that we want to go through bucket dictionary backwards because the biggest number is seen at the end of the dictionary. Hmm. I'm gonna say for value in range because we want to go through this, right? In range of, well, actually, I'm just gonna take this out. For for value, how do I go through a dictionary backwards? Mm, I'm gonna say for index in range, let's just say length of nums, right? But we want to start the length of nums. We want to stop at we want to stop at 0, and then we want to go the increment by -1. So each index at this. So we'll start at the nth index. We start at the nth index, and we could go ahead and just say dictionary. This dictionary actually, bucket number dictionary. At this index right here, add index. But we're going backwards, remember? Keep in mind, we are going backwards. Okay. Um, but this could have multiple things in it. So this has something in it. Okay, so this is a list. So this is a list right here. Um, This could return a list. It could be an empty list. It could be something that does. So let's go through that list backwards as well. So we could do for index for for index two, so we don't confuse it with the first one. For index two in range, this time we go length of bucket dictionary. A bucket dictionary index. And we start there. You want to stop at -1, and we want to de-increment until -1. So now that we're here, we go ahead and um append this index to. We want to append um length of bucket dictionary index. Okay, so this would be the ith one. We want to append index 2. Okay. Then after we do that, we check if index, if result is is equal to k, then we go ahead and return result. Okay, it's pretty good. Now we can take this out. And okay, I think this should work. It's kind of messy code, but it should work. Let's go ahead and run a test run, see if it does. And okay, we ran into a problem. Let's go check it out. So number cannot unpack non-iterable int object. I might have made up some syntax. Let's see for number and number occurrence. I thought this was going to be like index, and this is the other one, number counter. Hmm. Oh yes, I forgot to put. It's a syntax thing. And let's see, enter into another one. So okay, so length tags only one argument. We get the length of bucket dictionary index. This should be a list, right? We're getting the length of the list because bucket takes exactly one argument. Type error. Looks like we have the wrong type for this. Let's go ahead and check it out for index 2 and range this. This is 3 arguments. Uh, I see. There you go. And okay, now we have result append dictionary index 2. Key error. So result dot append bucket dictionary index 2. Was index 2 never in there? Okay. So index 2 for range and length. This other one, this should be starting from negative. This maybe is -1. Hmm. Oops. Okay, that was out of it. Okay, we're back to this one. Key error. Hmm. Actually, I don't think this should be -1, should it? Key error. Result append bucket. Hmm. Oh, range. Yeah, result append. Append bucket dictionary index 2. Index 2 should be showing up, right? Because we're going down. Let's say, for example, we have something like hmm, key error. I don't know what key error is. Haven't seen that. All right, I'll have to look this one up. I guess I'll go back to this. Result dot append bucket dictionary index 2. Hmm. So bucket dictionary index is already a list of numbers. Okay, so bucket list dictionary. Okay, yeah. Right, it's a list of numbers. That's why we're getting the length of it. So should be a list of numbers. Yeah, and we're going backwards through that list, right? And we want to append our bucket dictionary. Okay, yeah, I knew that. Okay. You don't need to loop over indexes. It's not a frequency key. You're appending the whole list instead of individual numbers. Wait, oh shit. Because they're nested. I want to say this is index 1, and then we just do index 2. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. How about this? If bucket length index is equal to 3, this becomes 3. If bucket list index equals 3 in range 3210, but the valid list index or inside each bucket does not matter, replace the whole inner loop with. For numbers and bucket dictionary index. For each number in bucket dictionary index, we result append number. How? How are we already indexing frequencies from high to low? Oh, I get it now. I think I get it. So we'll have something like, for example, we'll have something like inside our dictionary. It could be it could be something like what is the dictionary name? Bucket dictionary. Let's say at two. That means it happened twice, right? We could say that this is filled with a bunch of threes, twos, whatever the hell this shit is. All of these numbers occurred too, right? So what I was thinking is that I would have to go eight, then seven, then six until it's the length, right? But all of these are already two. You know what I mean? That's why we don't need this. We don't need any of this. We don't. Because we're already going backwards, right? For index and range length of nums, right? Okay. Let me restart this. Okay, so for index and range, we're going backwards from the dictionary, right? So we could bucket, say bucket dictionary at this index, right? Um, append. We just append. Oh, actually, we do result dot append this whatever number is over here. Okay, we could say four. Why is this in a different indentation? Okay, there you go. Okay, so we could say four in in bucket dictionary index. Okay, we could just append it. Just append the occurrences. Okay, we could just append occurrences. And then now we check if results, if the length of results is equal to k, then we go ahead and just return result. And that's accepted. All right, guys, we went ahead and we solved it. I think I still have some practices on kind of just thinking out the whole entire problem before I start coding. I kind of have the tendency to just jump into the code, find the errors later on, and just try to fix them. But it really is more helpful if you just try to plan out the question, what you're gonna code up before you actually do start coding. Yeah. See, for this one, I kind of just got lost. I was trying to go backwards on this, right? You see, I was trying to go from 8, 7, 6, 5, because I was like, yo, 8 might have occurred more times than 7, right? But they're all inside the bucket dictionary of 2, which means it doesn't matter which number I pick from this list right here, they all occurred twice. But I was kind of tripping on that. That's why I didn't think it through. But yes, guys, that is how you solve. Oh man, you can see all I've been solving this since 2024, man. Damn. Oh man. Oh, that was back when I used to code in Java. That's so funny. Okay. But damn, guys, check it out. We went ahead and got the question right. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys learned something new today. See ya.